Hello guys. So guys, today I am going to show you the second part of Flogorithm. So as you know, last time I explained the simple program in Flogorithm. So today uh, we will do if condition. How to use if condition in Flogorithm. And also I will give you some new things in Flogorithm. You can create the program in Flogorithm, and after that you can see that program in any of the language. So stay with us, and now let's start our lesson. So guys, today we will see how to use if condition in Flogorithm. So if condition, as you know, we use for the conditions like true or false, or suppose you are going to create the result, the mark sheet, or it's depend on your organization, which type of organization you have it, and you want to put which condition. So just we will create the simple program, and in the first program, in the first Flogorithm class, I explain you a simple program, and step by step we will go on the bigger programs. So let's start if condition. So guys, for the if condition, um, we will do the same thing first. First, we will declare the variable, and for any of the program or any of the website or any of the task you want to accomplish, you should know what is your task, because if you don't know what you have to do, what will be the result, so you cannot do your program or any of the task properly. So for today I am going to show you if condition, and in the if condition we will create a simple program on Flogorithm, and just I will declare the variable total. It's like I am going to create the mark sheet, but I am not taking the subject. I am just showing you if I give input to the computer, like I give any of the total, and after that I will put the condition on the total. If the total is greater than this, so what will happen, and the total is less than this, so what will happen. So as you know, how can we declare the variable? We click on this arrow first and declare. Suppose I take the variable total, because I am giving the number in the total, so it should be the integer, not real, not string, not boolean. So I press OK. Now, as I told you before, the difference between input and the output. Output means that what will be the computer you ask you, and input what you will give to the computer. So when you will run your program, so what the computer will ask you, like how much total, and after that you will give the total. So from the output, the computer will ask you how much total and you will give the input from the input, and after that we will use the if condition. So first we take output, so when you will run your program, so the computer will ask you a thing, and as I told you before, if you write something in inverted commas, so that's mean it will come as it is. Suppose I write this, how much the total, inverted commas close, and if I am writing without inverted commas, I am using variable, so that's mean I am talking about the variables. But now in inverted commas, whatever I will write, that's mean it will come same. You can run your program from here, so you can see how much the total. And why it's coming? Because of the output, because output the computer is asking us. And input means if you run your program, so you can see because of this output, and because I wrote in inverted commas, so it's coming the same, how much the total. But you see I cannot write here. Why? Because I use the input, computer will ask me, but I didn't say to the computer when you will ask me something, so I will give you something. So for that I will take input and I will say whatever I will give input, it will go to this total, what variable I declare. So here I write the variable total. So I press OK, and now if I run my program, so you can see how much the total, because I give this with output in inverted commas, so it's coming the same, and input total. Now you can see I can give the input, because before I didn't use the input, but now I am using input. So I give any number and enter. So you can see I am giving this 5, and where is this 5 is going? In total variable. Now I have to put the condition. I took this output, I took this input, I took this variable. Now I will put the condition if the total is greater than, means whatever I will give input, whatever I will give total, it's greater than 90, then A plus, otherwise B. So I will take if condition here, and in this condition I am going to write, I will double click on this if, and here I am writing the condition if the total, means this variable, because whatever I will give the input, it will come in this variable. So if the total is greater than 90, then what will happen? I need some output, means if the total is greater than 90, if the condition is true, so what will happen? I take the output. If the condition is true, so it shows, suppose I say A plus in inverted commas, it will come the same. And if the condition will be false, so what will happen? The output will be A, means if the condition will be true, then the output will be A plus, and if the condition will be false, so the output will be A. Now I run my program. You can see how much the total. Suppose I write 90 or 91. I press enter. So A plus, because I said if greater than 90, so A plus. I run my program again. This time I say 89. So you can see it's A, because if the condition will be true, that's mean if the condition will be true greater than 90, it will be A plus, but if the condition is false, so it will be A. So now this is the condition, I use it, and this is the simple condition, I use it. So next time I will tell you how can we create nested if with else, like if now I said if the total is greater than 90, then A plus, and less than 90, so A, true or false. But next time I will explain you if the total is less than 80, so what will happen? If the total will be less than 70, so what will happen? And practice for all these things, and next time inshallah we will do the other thing. Okay, in the beginning I told you I will show you how can you see this program in other languages. So this is very easy. you see on the top there are different tools, and some of the tools I told you before, like save, play, and this. If we come on this site, so this source code viewer, if you click on it, so you will find this. Okay, and in on the left hand you see the arrow. If you click the arrow, so there are all the languages in which language you want to see. Suppose I see Python, so now you can see the same program we will make in Python, we will use these commands. If I want to see this program in C++, so you can see in C++ the same program we will create like this. So there are many languages, and you will use this algorithm with different languages. Like just one time you create this program, and after that you can see this program in another language, and also you can learn the same program in other language. And because it's the same, only just that they change the way on the logic is the same. They declare the variables, you declare the variables. Here we are using output. In some places, like in Python, if I take it, so you use print. Okay, so the same way they use it, only just they use the different words. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you have any question, any inquiry, you can ask me anytime. And this is the part 2 of logarithm. So next time in part 3 I will tell you about the if condition with else, so we can use different conditions in one program. Okay guys, so thank you for watching. If you didn't subscribe my channel, so please subscribe my channel. Take care, bye.